How you going, guys? Curtis from Cutting Edge Engineering. Today's job, we're going to be getting back onto our Frenocrane project, and we're going to start by rebuilding the winch. So if you're wondering why I sound a little bit funny, it's because I've just had major dental surgery. I had the all-on-4 procedure done. So the all-on-4 procedure, the way it is done is they remove all of your old teeth. They then drill and tap inserts into your upper and lower jaw. A new set of teeth are fabricated on a titanium bridge, and then they are basically screwed back into your mouth. So the reason I had that done is I've had problems with my teeth my entire life, and it got to a point where something had to be done about it. So this was definitely the best long-term option that I could go with. You're all probably used to me not being able to say words correctly, but this is my excuse for today. So I did have to put workshop projects like the crane on hold. I did have a lot of customer jobs I needed to complete before my surgery. Now that the surgery is done, I've got a little bit of time up my sleeve, so we're going to get back onto our crane. So we do have a few new parts that I need to make for the winch, but before I get on to doing those, I need to get everything cleaned. So some of you have already spotted this blue thing in the background of a couple of videos, and we've actually hired in a hot wash from one of our local suppliers, and it's just going to make it so much easier to get all of the dirt, the grease and the grit off these parts while I can be doing something else. So we're going to get started by getting all of the parts that are involved on the inside of the winch into the hot wash and get them clean. So if you've never seen an industrial parts washer like this, what it is a turntable, and it rotates when the machine is in operation. There is a set of heating elements in the sump which heats up the water and the detergent. Then it gets sprayed through a high pressure pump. That high pressure pump forces water through this spray bar, and as the parts rotate around it, it sprays hot soapy water at it, and it removes all the dirt and debris. So not only is our hot water being sprayed through the spray bar, there is also a non-foaming detergent that helps do the cleaning. So while the parts washer is washing all these, I'm going to take all the winch plates outside and get them sandblasted. So that's all the sandblasting done. That only took about 20 minutes. And our parts washer's finished its cycle, so we're going to let that drain and cool down a bit. Now we can get on to making the parts for the cable tensioner. So if you remember, when I disassembled the winch, I wasn't able to remove this shaft because the roll pins were seized into these bosses. So what we're going to do is machine up these bosses. So the piece of material I'm going to be using, it is 1045 solid bar, 35mm in diameter, and all I need to do is drill a 20mm hole through it and then part it to length. Then we'll need to drill the holes for the grub screws.
So those two are done, but while I'm here, I'm also going to make the two bosses that go on the spring arm plates. So before we do any drilling and tapping, we're also going to machine the shaft. And the material we're using for that is 1045 in a 20mm diameter.
Oi.
So that's all the lathe work done. Now we can do all the drilling and tapping in the mill.
So that's all the holes drilled and tapped, but while I'm at the mill, I'm going to countersink the holes in the side plates. So that's all of our new parts made, but before I can start assembling it, I need to get the roller off the old one.
Famous last words.
Oi. Got it.
Now we can start assembling and welding all this together. Now those parts are welded, while we wait for them to cool down, we're going to get on to reassembling the winch drum.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Homeless. What's this? Hey, sit. Sit. Good boy. Oh, yes. On your bed.
On your bed. Trying to find the squeaker.
Oh. He found it. All right, come on.
Let's go. Come on.
Go.
So the hot wash has worked really well in removing all the grease and the dirt. Unfortunately, it doesn't remove paint very well, so I'm going to use a grinder with a wire wheel just to remove the loose paint. And there are a few parts with a bit of surface rust on them that I didn't want to sandblast, so I'm going to use the wire wheel on those as well. So because of the condition of all the bolts that we pulled out of it, I have gone ahead and replaced all of those with new ones. We've also replaced all of the seals and the O-rings. wheels.
So that's the winch drum reassembled, but before I fit the cheek plates, I am going to prime all of these surfaces because I won't have access to those once the cheek plates have been fitted. So that's all back together, everything's going really smoothly. Now that we've got that done, we can refit the hydraulic motor. So as you can see, the motor does look a lot better than when I took it off the winch. It did go to a local shop to have a complete teardown and a good inspection to make sure everything was okay. I ended up replacing all of the bearings and the seals. It was a little bit more than I expected it was going to be, but we basically did end up with a brand new motor.
Really?
Yeah, right.
Now with that fitted, we can fit the cable tensioner.
Okay.
Righto guys, so that's our winch nearly completely reassembled. The last thing I need to fit is the tensioning springs, but I'm not going to fit them just yet because if I fit them, I won't be able to move this bracket out of the way, so I can then go and paint everything. So the next thing we're going to do is get this outside so we can paint it.
Righto guys, so that's the winch painted. Everything looks really good, really happy with how it turned out. So the winch rebuild is nearly complete. The only thing I need to do is fit the tensioning springs and roll on the new cable. But I won't be fitting the new cable until we reassemble the boom. So to rebuild the winch, we had about $80 in bar and plate for the cable adjuster. We had about $100 in fasteners, and that was to replace everything. There's about $70 in seals and O-rings. And the cost to service the motor, including the seals and bearings, was $4,000, which blew the cost for this part of the project out of the water, but sometimes that's how it goes. So I hope you enjoyed the video of us rebuilding our winch. Thanks for watching.
So I do have a few new.
How you going guys? Curtis from Cutting Edge Oh fuck, I fucking sound terrible. I can hear myself.
So I'm still trying to get used to my teeth and pronounce words correctly.
I don't think the teeth are the problem with the pronouncing.
So as you can see, the motor does.
So not only is there hot water being sprayed, oh fuck you man. I mean, sorry, stop it please. Righto guys, that's our winch. Oh fuck me. Righto guys, oh fuck, I'm doing it again.
Hey. New seals, new bearings.
Yep.
They get.
Oh hello.
Oh, Jeffrey.
Really? George? Alright, got one bird.
What?
You ready?
Oh. See ya. He's like, I'm out of here.
What do you want me to do with it? You want to give it to me?